International Freethinkers. You're listening to the We Are Sober podcast.
Yeah. Final show of the year, y'all.
Yo, yo.
Yo, yo.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, Kelly.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's indeed. I'm fucking tired of 2021.
Just
Ooh,
all the 2000s.
all the two,
Yes. So far, pretty
All
much. Yes.
all the 2000s. I'm tired.
Well, here's hoping that we have a better year, at least with COVID. So hopefully we'll get that behind us this year.
Well, we're
Better
off
year
to a
with
really
Yes.
bad start, so we'll see.
Justin, how dare you? We're off to a great
You know,
start.
you can say that, but I see hope. I see, there's now two pills that have been produced, and I think we're going there. So hopefully,
I saw those pills. I don't know if I didn't read about them any further, but I know that they are getting approved for at-home treatment. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
yeah. So
That is pretty
hopefully we're turning a corner.
Well, we're I don't know what way we want to call this. It's nearly impossible to really track these things well in real time, but we're hitting record numbers of cases daily here in the U.S. and worldwide. But
Mhm.
our diagnostics and treatment and our fatality rate, case fatality rates are significantly better than they were in the beginning.
That's
So
true.
we're significantly worse on the social side, but we're significantly better on the medical side. So we're doing something.
They're canceling each other out.
And at least this variant, while it might be more contagious, doesn't seem to be as
It's not as severe.
severe. Yeah. So, and that
Yeah, you
might,
do get those symptoms a lot quicker.
so that's a good sign too. So.
I had my very first COVID test today.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you think?
It was an unfortunate situation.
What did wifey give it to you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At
That's
home. It was
at
really
home.
unpleasant.
It's good, right?
No.
I had nasal surgery once in the past, and they did it while I was conscious too, and they went up my nose. So getting the COVID test was like nothing to me anyway.
It's like jarring, like just having something like shoved in your nose. And then, like, when you think they're about to stop, they go a little further and turn, and then go up again, and you're like, holy smokes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I did. And I had that done to me twice.
I've just never had to have a test.
Why did you have to get a test this time?
Just because so many people around us are testing positive at my wife's work, my mom's work, family members.
Shame.
Like, it's really hard to avoid right now.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. But enough about that. Let's talk more about you guys. Oh, Andrew, I have no idea. I think at one point I did know, and I've stopped looking quite a while.
I think it's less than 0.1%, but I'm not positive about that. That has been fatal.
Kaylee, you have a fan.
Hi.
Well, we're at 823,000 deaths
that's
right
fun.
now, right?
Okay. Well, anyway. New Year things, new ideas, well, okay. I think more appropriately, Justin, you should introduce or talk about the change in the name of our podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about it for a while, and we decided that the name didn't really make a lot of sense to begin with, and it's really hard to explain even to ourselves at this point. So We're changing and rebranding the show. The channel and everything would be the same. Server and all that stuff would be the same. We're just rebranding the show itself. And the new name is going to be We Are Secular. So it's going to have the same acronym. We can use a lot of the same logos and stuff. But We Are Secular is just much more recognizable and makes a lot more sense. We're definitely going to stay IFWAP. We keep plugging it together.
Go. You take control.
We're going to be IFWAPing. We're going to be IF-waving. We're going to be IFWASing. We'll think of more.
All the funny acronyms we can think of.
Mm-hmm.
No.
If going, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe. No. It was important to do so just because of even pertinent to the name change is how we like to model ourselves and the conversations we like to have and how we like.
IFWAG.
Thank you. See, this is catching on quite well. It makes for our conversations, discussions, guests we have on, topics, things like that to center around secular ideas. And it's not always about politics and religion, and not always science too. I know COVID will consistently forever be in the news, but
let's hope
just
not.
with just with the parenting series that we have established, and with occasional fun topics like hip hop or art or anything like that, anything that we have interests outside of theology, it just makes it a bit more of a community to have more open, broad conversations that secularists do still talk about, that doesn't always have to fall on performing the Socratic method or practicing SE or even just talking about religion as a whole, even though we'll still have those conversations. But I think this extra bridge or change can make it a bit more a bit more us. Plus, I think we don't want to associate or misrepresent ourselves as a platform that helps sobering people. Sobering people, because Justin's drinking and Kelly's drinking, so that's not a
We're failures. We failed our name.
we failed our name already. But yeah.
Hey, it's the New Year's. We have an excuse.
We have an excuse.
Even though it's not the New Year's, it's the New Year's show for us. So.
Right. Yeah.
What's funny is, I'm only just having this one beer tonight, and then tomorrow I'm running a charity 5K event for a cancer charity, and then I'll party or a little bit at least. But I really
recover.
I hate drinking on nights before I got to run. It's really hard because I think what I didn't realize at first is that when you're hungover and you start running, when you sweat all that out, it's like being drunk and hungover all over again while you're exercising.
You've explained that to me before.
Yes,
it's the worst feeling.
I can confirm that. It is. It's not a good feeling.
I just quit or die.
Just stop.
Just stop. Just stop life. Well, good luck at your run tomorrow. Yeah. Just have that one beer.
I put a countdown timer on my phone now. I have 170 days till my Tough Mudder. 170 days to a Tough Mudder, and then I'm running a marathon. Yeah. And then the next one is The Secret is Just Not Run, which is way better.
Shane is smart.
Yeah.
That's why he is wise.
So Tough Mudder in June, and then I'm signing up for the Detroit Free Press Marathon here in October in Detroit. So that'll be fun, because we didn't get accepted into the Chicago one. Oh,
why?
It's just it's a lottery system. Just so many people sign up for it, and you're like randomly chosen unless you meet certain requirements for eligibility. Yeah, it's like It's going to be about 40 degrees tomorrow, I think, Fahrenheit.
Oh,
God.
that's warm.
Yeah, so it's not
What?
bad.
That's warm.
How is that warm? No,
It
that's
was
not warm.
It was 17 degrees here today.
He
How
lives
are you
north of the
alive?
wall, you know, where the White Walkers
yes,
are.
I live north of the wall. I do.
He kind of looks like a
I
White Walker.
Justin
to be
Justin
honest.
and I are in the same state, but it would take me about 10 hours to drive to Justin's house, which goes to show you how big this state is.
Yeah.
That's cray.
Well, he lives in the part of the state that we tried to give to like other states in Canada a few times. So that's kind of questionable.
Actually, I live in the
It is-
state that
that
you
is
actually won from another state in the Civil War. In a I
In
don't
a
want to
card
say
game. In a
it
card
wasn't.
game.
No, they actually had a war. It was called the Toledo War.
Toledo's south of us.
Well, but both states wanted Toledo, and they both states sent. This is a kind of a funny story. They both sent their state militias out to occupy the territory and keep the other state militia from occupying it. And this was back in the 1830s. And they both got lost in the woods, couldn't find each other, ended up going home. And the United States, the federal government decided it all, and they gave Toledo to Ohio, and they gave where I live to Michigan.
Well, the same skill that got us lost in the woods is what we saw storming the state capitol
Yes.
last year.
Yes.
That's insane.
The
I tell you,
spirit
actually,
lives on.
it is 52 degrees right now, and I have like a heating blanket on my legs. It's freaking cold. How is that warm?
We'd be walking around outside in shorts and a t-shirt if it was 52 degrees.
Yeah, I had a friend tell me that the other night too. He was like,
I refuse to put on real shoes or real boots yet. It's so warm out. Unless it's snowing.
all right, well, that's okay. I don't understand. Maybe I'm California spoiled. That's what it is. What was I going to say? So I know we have a couple of things lined up as far as next week. We have a friend of yours coming on the show.
Yeah, I invited a longtime friend of mine. Her name is Yolanda Tiller. She's a secular witch. I asked some questions, and I'm going to bother her more about it, what that entails. But there's a YouTube video that she sent me of somebody who's kind of popularized it on YouTube. And it revolves around something called open label placebo. It's where you're doing rituals and activities and accessing senses and moods that we recognize medically help people, but they're doing it in like a very specific way under a very specific system of like occultism almost, or Wiccan or whatever, right? So they're doing a lot of the same activities, but they don't attribute the benefits of it to anything supernatural. But it's based on what we understand medically as a placebo effect or calming or meditation type effects.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk about that and whether or not that's a good idea, or what comes out of that.
I'm gonna let her know I enjoyed them candles.
I always get a little leery when I hear somebody saying that they're using placebos. So
yeah, because it's almost guaranteed, right? Because you're operating in a world where people are very susceptible to these beliefs of there's something more, right? This can't be all there is. So the things that I'm feeling have to come from something external, right? So that, and then you're using terms and ideas and religious symbols and systems that have historically been, very deep in supernatural beliefs, right? So you're operating in a world that is prone to this behavior, and you're trying to separate yourself from that and keep the good parts and excise the bad parts, but it's almost there's going to be overlap for some amount of people.
Yeah, I've done a lot of research into placebos because of my crusading against crystal healing, and a lot of people will that I discuss this with on the other side of the aisle often bring up placebos. Well, it could be a good thing because of the placebo effect. And there's a reason that we don't use placebos in the real medical world because it's considered unethical.
Right.
So I have a lot of problems with using placebos. That's all I can say
But
because of
but
my
but
knowledge of what they are and how they work.
but we do encourage, meditation and exercise and thoughtfulness and
That
um
I will agree to.
and we will tell people your essential oils aren't going to do anything magical, but they may smell good and make you feel good and make your house
Mm-hmm.
more pleasant, your home more pleasant to be in, and put you in a better mood. They're not going to cure your illness, but they might
Right.
make you feel better or calm
Right.
you and center you.
Correct. It puts you in a state of mind of, because, additional stress to the body through illness causes more harm to the disease or the disease process. So when you're keeping yourself more relaxed and more calm through meditation, through inhaling lavender, whatever you want, whatever you do,
Hmm.
it de-stresses your mind, and your mind actively, in its sense, calms the rest of your body and calms those nerves so the healing can, take effect. Or
Yeah, I think that
yeah.
Kelly's
It
point is that it's too difficult unless you know the person well
Whether you know it,
to.
it's going to work because placebos tend to work for 20 to 25% of the people. And the problem that I have is that a lot of people who are using these placebo therapies, and I don't know your friend, and I can't say this about her, but a lot of
Mm-hmm.
the people are charging money to do these
Mhm.
things. And that to me is wrong because they're still lying to that other 70%, 75%, 80% of the people because those people are never going to get any benefit from the placebo effect at all.
Oh, it's almost like being in a program to where if it doesn't work, then you just need to try this other thing and buy this other thing and sign up for this other program or read this book,
Right.
and it's like an endless rabbit hole.
Well,
That's big. That's my big problem with it.
that'd
And
be
I'm
very
not saying
interesting. Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, China. I just wanted to
Uh,
point out that
mhm.
I don't want to put that idea on your friend. I don't know her. I don't know what she does. So I hope,
Yeah.
as far as I know, she's the most wonderful person in the world. And I'd love to meet her and get along with her. Great. So
I'm gonna clip this and show it to her next week. Um,
Yeah,
no,
let's do it.
that'd be well, to be continued. This conversation and whatever she has to share. So, and then I know following that, I haven't asked the peeps yet, but I know some are listening, and I know Andrew is particularly excited for this to come back. Is part 3 of hip hop, the rap on hip hop. So that'll be the following Thursday. I think that's the 13th.
One of these
So
days we'll get
one,
we'll get
uh,
Bar on here. He keeps crying that he can't make it.
I know, Bar and Blathius,
Yeah,
since they dropped that mixtape on us.
they gotta get on here and do a live show, perform the whole thing, concert.
I'm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Are you,
I'm
featuring
excited.
Justin? No, um, no, that'd be interesting if we can somehow set that up. So we'll see. But other than that, I think as far as oh,
See?
speaking of, hi, I know you're about to go live in 30 minutes, so I saw you, and I hope you are feeling better. You said you have been feeling a little sick, Bar. So glad to see you, sir. Wait, what did you say? I don't think Kelly understands the open label placebo is people knowingly doing it to themselves.
No,
I
go ahead, Kelly.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Let's say no. The point that Kelly was making is that so we can tell somebody, hey, this is an open label placebo. This is the thing that I use that makes me feel better, right? And I know it's not
Hmm.
magic. I know it's placebo effect. So it might be candles and incense and getting dressed up a certain way and drawing certain symbols on a paper and all that stuff. That might be my ritual that I do to make myself feel better. But if that doesn't work, where do you go from there, right? Do you buy more things? Um, do you do you believe that there's something wrong with you?
Or
Do
if it stops
you
working.
do you keep looking into something deeper that you think may work? Because going down the rabbit hole, Kelly's point was that the placebo effect only works on X amount of people, right? So, you know, that what works for 25% of the people is not going to work for the other 75%. And so you can get really involved into something that just won't work for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know it does work for some people, and if you're doing it for yourself and it's working for you, that's wonderful. I have no problem with that at all. But my thing is if it's not working for you, and somebody telling you this other thing that's supposed to be a placebo effect will work for you, and then not only convincing you that it's going to work, but then charging you money for it, and that's the part that I'm against. So
Yeah. So there's definitely an ethical element to it as far as where the line is drawn. Hi,
Yeah.
Maya. Good to see you, Maya.
I'm a bit more concerned about people living in this world that is historically and even currently steeped in religious superstition and supernatural beliefs, and trying to maintain the secular and atheist and scientific presence in this small circle while borrowing rituals and beliefs and ideas and aesthetics from all these other ideas, but maintaining it and not getting pulled into these other systems.
And escalate. Yeah, you always start with the lesser of the treatment before you move to the extreme. It's always some form of treatment before surgery. I always put it in that regard.
yeah, and I've
Before
got
we
to say,
remove your brain, remove your head if you have a
All
headache.
right, well, we just got to take that shit out.
I was in a pretty I don't really keep my past really secret, but I was in a really really low point in my life, and I used just getting up every day and saying that I'm going to make this change and making um, that positive change within myself, and in a way that was also the same thing, so I believe that can work for people. It's just it's making yourself want to get better, right?
That's true. That's true.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, I don't know. I only did, an hour of research onto it, so I'm curious to ask a lot of questions and bother people and see how they navigate this. But I know for sure that there is problems with um, the overlap of superstitious and supernatural beliefs and people borrowing ideas from one another of the groups that are, atheist, secular, and science based, and utilizing them in their supernatural based systems and vice versa. And I'm just curious of how do you maintain that separation of you know whatever systems.
Right.
yeah.
When
Well,
does a ritual like that actually really become secular? I think is what you're thinking. Is
Well,
that right?
yeah. When do you give more? When do you attribute more power to the ritual than it actually deserves, based on what you're trying to achieve, or what you perceive to have achieved from it?
I don't know. To be continued. And that is more than just a rock collection, Phil. That is you're at your shop still, aren't you?
I am at my
Kelly?
shop at my shop right now.
There you go.
I'm in my office, so that's just it's not really my collection. It's just a collection of rocks that are behind me that look kind of
He
cool.
sells rocks.
So, yes,
Not
I
crack
do
rocks.
sell rocks.
Like
Kelly the Rock
rocks.
Man.
I do have a rock collection, but it's not. I'm thinking about swapping this one out for my rock collection, though.
Have you done a tour of your store yet? Like a video tour?
I did. It's not a very good one. I'm going to redo it, but it's up on YouTube under Kelly's Rock Shop, so
I did see that.
easy to find.
Actually.
Yeah, it's not a great
Yeah.
tour. It's not a great tour, but
You got to get like the moving wheels with a tripod and a camera and just roll it around looking at stuff. Yeah, it'd be really cool.
Oh, cool, Phil.
Well, Kelly's your man for minerals and rocks. Talking about them all day.
All day, every day.
all
Rocks.
day.
As far as with, I know this conversation is so good, but we have to save something for next week. Jesus. As far as with the content of the channel, we've seen for us some significant growth and made changes and broaden our reach to, create partnerships and friends, which is good because that's community building. We've had this conversation with PSF a couple weeks back. We've had even more conversations and, pursuing. I know Maya actually. Now that you hear Maya, because I know Randolph tapped your shoulder to join us next time once we do have another discussion on secular activism, because we had, and of course we need to bring back Cynthia because she wasn't able to join us with that last discussion. But with Oz from Tang and with Randolph and Cynthia and now Maya, just furthering the conversations and checking in on secular activism and groups would be great. Oh, look at Aunt Jer. She's on it. That's why she a mod.
Oh,
That's why I
thank you
love
so
her.
much, Andrew. You rock. You're the best.
Good job, internet wife. That's
You
internet
rock
wifey.
is Kelly's only
Compliment.
compliment.
Cute, because he sells rocks. Anyway, but striving for that, that's the whole purpose and point of this channel and why we develop partnerships and friendships that we have now. So just continuing that effort and wanting to hear more of the viewer community voices would be a great direction and approach. What say you, Justin?
Yeah. I definitely. So we kind of talked about this a bit, just me and you, about the difference in talking to content creators and other streamers and YouTubers, people that kind of operate in this space, versus talking to people that we just come across in comments and Discord and Facebook groups or what have you. I think there's benefits to both and room for both, and trying to get both in there. Now, on the content creator side, they have the equipment, internet reliable. They've done this before.
Yeah.
But on the flip side is like you can go to their channel, you can check out their content, you kind of know what they're about, and as far as like getting more ideas out there, right? More voices, more ideas. That's you're still doing good, but you're not like widening the pool of potential voices, right? But
Right.
We've had issues reaching out to just people that we come across that seem interesting to talk to, but with like internet and phone or camera quality and unable to make it, poor
And
scheduling.
it's not just always that either. Like safety, the security of them actually being on camera.
Yeah. And people just not being out about their beliefs or comfortable talking about them, or under some like financial burden with their family or church or for school or what have you, or concerned about getting in trouble at work. So like I would like to talk to more people in the community, from the community, in the communities that we operate in, that are like existing content creators, because I have these conversations all day with people of any random thing, like the strangest off the wall topics you can think of come up, and we just talk about them, right?
Right.
And it would be nice to get more of that out there, as far as something that's like that can be experienced by other people. It's just hard to coordinate that on with limited scheduling and stuff. So
Sure.
But it's something that I think we should try for.
Yeah, I mean, it's no fault of our own. We strive for that, but again, not many have that. Not just equipment per se, but have that security or safety to be willing to be approached and be on and have these discussions without a risk of things from outside of the internet. I know for me, it was not but a big push from you for me to do this. And everyone very well knows that I'm still a closet atheist. So, I've bravely, weirdly enough, have put my face out there in order to reach, certain demographics and certain people like myself that don't have the luxury of doing this and more or other things. And even still, I think it's also important to recognize that not everything has to be broadcast. Not everything has to be publicized. I can think of 2 or 3 people right now that I, still not as consistently as I want to, but still have those one-on-one private conversations to where, a lot of folks just want to be listened to and heard.
Yeah, I think
This is not my closet. It's
You can't-
this is my bed.
you
I'm on
can't
the
prove
floor.
that. That's a chinchilla. That's a coat.
This is a chow chow. Thank you very much.
Yeah. No, I have a lot of one-on-ones, and I think they're better, and I think you can kind of get much deeper dive into conversations and topics over time, especially over the course of days and throughout the days and stuff like that. And that's hard to do in this kind of format versus like in a text message, right, where you can just send a message at any given time.
Right.
Yeah. But there's also people that are like, I've never heard of a black atheist before, right? And they're like, well, I didn't even know that was a thing until I saw so and so mention it, or this channel or that channel.
Yeah.
So I think it serves as a good gateway to get those conversations started. We as people that start the conversations just have to make an effort to continue them and be part of them going forward, and not just basically turn ourselves off to the world when the recording stops.
Exactly. And I think that's my own personal call to action, being a bit more vigilant about, I know for me, our most level of activity is through Discord. And it could be different for everybody else. It'd be Twitter, Facebook, whatever. I think for me, my comfort is through Discord because that's how I came into the community. That's how I was welcomed. That's how I met you. That's how I met everyone else.
That's how I met both of you.
There you go. So my start and basis starts there, and wanting to reach those that are new or have come in and things like that, and have those conversations, because I think it keeps me grounded. It helps me in my own process because I don't know everything. I'm not as having that type of safety and security to be more out, even though and you're right, Phil, as odd as that may sound, that is where I'm at. Outside of this, I'm a believer to everyone else, but that's where I'm at, unfortunately. And it is comfy as fuck. It's very cozy.
She actually doesn't move when she hits end. She just
because I'm sitting on the floor. It's a little difficult. I'm of age. And yes, Maya, you're right. Black atheists are hard to find. So, I feel that my own duty, and even more so moving forward, and I have a bit of an announcement to make in addition to this, because I feel my duty moving forward, whether I remain closeted or not, is to try and reach more Black atheists if I can find them. I know, there's Bar, there's Cynthia, there's many that, have content or starting their channels, or, Bryce, all of them. Great folks, great conversations I've had, awesome people to work with and discuss things privately or publicly. And I know I was recently given an opportunity, as scary as this is for myself, but I'm going to do it. I am going to be a speaker for one of the Black non-believers conferences they're going to have around this time next year. It's going to be their Black non-believers CCon. Yeah.
On a boat.
I'm going to be on a boat with Mandisa.
On a boat.
Oh God, my hero, the only person I freaking fangirl over. So yeah, Mandisa asked me to be a speaker, so that's fucking amazing. But it just shows, yeah.
She's
I'm
she's
excited.
definitely worthy of fangirling over. So yeah,
Oh
I'm
God,
excited for
yeah.
you too. Congratulations.
She, Michelle Obama, they just make me cry. Cynthia made me cry. It's just some strong black
I
women
love
just make me
Cynthia.
cry.
She's one of the sweetest people you ever want to meet. I love her.
She is. She is. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I know. Yeah, even I'm kind of soaking that in because I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Um,
I think
yeah.
Mandisa is one of the few people that that I've come across that I recognize that kind of operates in both the online and in-person activism worlds
Oh yeah.
and does it effectively.
Oh yeah.
And it must take a tremendous amount of time and effort and resources to do that.
Definitely
Most of us
does.
just don't have the drive or motivation to be that active and that available all the time, and it's a lot because when you're dealing with a primarily closeted and group that you're trying to reach and that are basically intentionally hiding themselves, it's hard to reach them in person in real life. So that the way to get through and the initial um, point of conversation is online, is through Facebook and Twitter
Mm-hmm.
and Discord and YouTube and stuff. But to actually make real changes in their life, you have to do it in person.
This is true. I mean, granted, the difficulty of it, given the climate that we're in, but with even the only benefit I can see from the whole pandemic was how much of the online content creators have come out, how many more voices I see. And you can see the trends in, Pew Research studies of people
Yeah,
shifting away from belief because, church is closed. They're supposed to be. But that shift has been dramatically more seen given the last 2 years
yeah,
of
it's
this
highly
shit.
accelerated.
Yeah. So there's growth there, but there's still stagnation within, our subculture of Black atheists. There's still a bit of more stagnation there for various reasons. And if that's, I want for that to be with the help of others, obviously. We all have our unique ways of speaking truth, speaking and reaching folks, being effective communicators. You know, I'm like polar opposites of Barr, for example, and not knocking what Barr does, but he can effectively communicate to certain people that I possibly could not reach, and that's okay because it takes a diverse, you know, it takes diverse individuals like us to capture them. So that's my strife for the new year, and I'm excited. And thank you, everyone, for the congratulations. I'm still in shock. I'm just like I don't even know. I filled out the application like over a couple weeks ago, and I'm just like, is this real? So I'm excited. Thank you.
Kelly,
Yeah.
Kelly, as the sole ambassador of Boomer Atheists here, how how do you plan to get more of your people on board?
Yeah.
Um, that's a good question.
And you know what? That's a good reach for Aunt Kathy because Aunt Kathy is right with you.
Yeah, that is a really good question. One of the things that I'd like to do this year is on Ask an Atheist Day is go to one of is get a hold of our local churches and see if I can't get one to go there and talk to people. In where I live, it is mostly older people. It's more of a retirement area. So I am in an area that is ripe with people to talk to. So I think it's getting out there and talking to them. I do it a lot with the crystal healers and that try to talk to those people and get them out of the woo. But I really think me trying to help people around here in my own neighborhood might be a good thing for me to start doing this year because I have been kind of afraid to come out here because it's a small rural area. But I think I'd
Yeah.
like to do that.
Yeah, I can imagine that's particularly challenging because I know it's a primarily conservative area, primarily rural, and we
Hmm.
know that rural conservative like basically automatically equals Christian in the U.S. and like evangelical type Christian, not just
It's not really that bad up here, though. Mostly,
okay.
they're not liberal people, but they belong to a liberal type of
Oh, okay.
Protestantism for the most part. So it's not that bad. And I know that there's interest in something happening up here because I've talked to other people that wanted to start a humanist club or an atheist club. And we just moved into a new building where I got this big giant office, and we have like a big meeting
Oh,
space room in the
yeah. I
back.
can picture chairs and a fireplace and
Yeah, well, we don't
logs.
have the fireplace, but we have chairs and tables, and so I've been wanting to start something there, and maybe start an atheist or a humanist club right here in my neighborhood, and
That's
get other
awesome.
people of similar ideas to go out into the neighborhood and start talking to people
Yeah,
too.
I
So
wonder if it's worth of kind of trying to bridging the gap a bit and just having a humanist club where it's not necessarily atheist or
I'm
agnostics or
thinking that
whatever.
I'm thinking that might be the way to go, is like to advertise as a humanist club, and then we could move out from there and start doing charitable things in the area, getting a name for ourselves. People realize, wow, those guys, they're not such bad people, and
Hmm.
make it easier for us to talk to them. So I
Well,
did that with another club. It was a political thing back some 12 years ago up here, where we raised money to buy supplies for school teachers in the area,
Oh,
and we were
nice.
able
nice.
to
Yeah.
we raised $15,000 and bought
Ooh,
school supplies for teachers with it.
wow.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
That's awesome.
yeah, I know, it was great. I had a lot of fun doing it. It was really good, and we really made a name for the club that did it. And it was a club that was kind of frowned upon in the area up until we did
Mm.
something like that. So that's
Well,
my plans for the year.
we're gonna have Club Kelly, Club Rock, Club.
Probably
What
something like the UP Humanist Club or
yeah,
something like
we'll think
that.
of something.
Cool.
We're all
No,
about
I,
And
we're
then
all about the names.
we'll sponsor a convention up here, and we'll have you both up as
on
guests.
a boat.
We'll go out on a boat. We'll go out on Lake Superior. How about that, on a boat?
Jenna, I
I
don't.
like it.
You've never been outside of California, so you wouldn't know. But Lake Superior,
But
as far as anybody is concerned, if you're on like a regular fishing boat or a pontoon or something, it might as well be the ocean.
It might as well
it's not the
be.
fucking
Yes.
ocean.
They wrote that song, "The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald," about the Lake Superior.
For the
It's
record,
It's
I've
not
been
a.
huge.
to Hawaii. Stop it.
It's not a.
No, it
It's
doesn't
not a.
count.
It's not a little lake. Let's put it that way.
I've had 2
There we
near-death
go.
experiences traveling to Hawaii and back. I've been to Hawaii. God damn it.
30
That
seconds
was
of
humanist
turbulence.
arrows.
30 seconds of turbulence does not count as near death.
That
Yeah.
is, oh my,
It was to her.
it was to me. Thank you, Kelly. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it.
And we all have our own experiences and our own interpretations of those experiences.
Oh,
So
I hate flying. Anyway, I would go back.
She's
though.
like, the plane took off and the plane landed. 2 close calls.
Bro, the entire time I'm sailing over ocean, I'm like, I'm gonna die. This is how I die tonight. This is how I die.
I thought the
I'm
same
gonna,
thing when I
I'm
was
gonna
flying
crash
over
into the
the.
ocean.
I thought the same thing when I was flying over the mountains to California. Oh, this is it. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die in these mountains.
We got some mountains. Shit. Anyways, shut up, Justin. Great
All right, so
announcement.
Jenna, you got the black atheist. Kelly, you got the
I got the boomers.
You got the boomers.
got the
And
boomers.
I'll try to work on the straight white males and see if we can get a few more.
Oh God.
I'm about to say
yeah.
we don't have enough straight
We
white
do
men
not
in
have
this
enough.
community,
Yeah,
We
we're
need
struggling
more.
with recruitment in our particular demographic.
and we have
We're-
just
Straight white
slightly-
men are just ostracized.
and we have just
Ostracized. We
slightly
need
less
more.
straight white old men. Just slightly.
Particularly within the ages of 25 to 40. Definitely
So the better
need
job
those.
I do, the less work you'll have to do in a few years.
This is true. Yes. Thank you, Enter. I am pregnant with your internet baby.
No, it's real.
It is
If I had drank right then, I would have dribbled.
again. What do you mean again? What do you mean again? Of course. Anyway. Oh. Well, I mean,
this is This is the definition of an ocean.
You make an ocean. I mean, yeah. There you go. Other announcements, other things. I'm still a part of the nonprofits. May take a bit more of a seat back just because I'm going back to school. Yay! Well, I mean, if you want to, Mikey, I know you're working. I didn't think Neil was having a show tonight. I didn't get that notification until I saw him go live. So yes, you have a link. You're welcome to join for the next 10 minutes if you want to. But yeah, I'm going back to school so I can finish that. And
You should be getting pretty close on your schooling, right?
pretty close. I have like maybe 5 more classes, so I'll be done soon. I just needed a break. Yeah, you know.
Then you're going to be a teacher lady.
An
Something.
educator, a health
Yeah.
educator.
Teacher lady.
Yep. Don't I already look like a teacher? Because of glasses. Whatever.
Yeah, that's why I wear them too. I look like a scientist.
See, Justin, you need glasses.
Shit.
You get lazy.
It'll make you look smarter.
I need to find something quick.
Oh, I am doing a show with Oz every other Tuesday. Oh, damn. Just right on cue.
He was
What's
waiting
up?
for you to mention that.
He was waiting in the ring for me to mention it.
He's been counting down 47 minutes to this moment.
We start our new show next week, Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, chopping it up with Jena and Oz. Basically, the conversations are dealing around mental health, deconversion, a lot of things pertaining to what me and Oz have shared experiences with family and grief and loss of parent, losing a parent. I know Oz lost his mother a few months back, and I lost my father over 10 years ago. But a lot of that trauma and grief and me mixing it all with my own deconversion still has affected me now.
So you had to
in a lot of ways.
reprocess that in a whole different way, right?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By
So
myself.
It was almost
Very
like going
tough.
through it twice.
Yes, definitely. So we will have a lot of talk between him and I on that, as well as other things pertaining to that. Oh, God,
Oh.
here we go.
Mickey
There he is.
Famine.
Mickey
Hey,
Famine.
Mikey.
I don't have to take this. I am a guest, damn it. The show's gone to the dogs. Hi, everyone.
Hi, welcome back.
What's up?
How are you?
It smells different in here. You guys changed
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
It's the candles.
Mm-hmm.
False one.
I have like 3 candles lit.
With all
Like
that
you
soft,
said.
fluffy stuff around you?
Yeah.
Death wish?
Yeah, they're like over here. I don't sleep with them. Calm the heck down.
I didn't say nothing
I'll
about
be
all
fine.
that. I'm just
It's
saying there's a fire hazard. Do you have a fire extinguisher by the bedside?
Have you ever used a fire extinguisher before, Jenna?
My stepdad used to be a firefighter.
That
didn't
didn't
answer the
even
question.
try to answer the question.
My mom's left-handed. Okay. What does that have to do? Think you're gonna get
That's
away with
true.
that on if was secular debates? I don't know.
Just don't try.
We are.
We have to start fresh new year.
I think it's
We
we
are
are
sexy.
if was.
We are
if was. I like it.
If we are if
We are
was.
sexy.
if we
If.
are if when
If we was, we'd be secular.
if sober
If we be
sober was a
We
when.
be is.
We be is.
we bees
That's
in
what
the
we
trap.
be.
I like
it-
how I can just drag any conversation down to mispronouncing things and fire extinguisher jokes. That's my lot in life.
Thank you. Oz is doing the
Hi,
DJ
Oz.
thing. He
Oh,
got that new
yeah.
gig, bro.
Yeah,
I'm feeling it.
I saw that mention of where was he? Okay, a comedy store or comedy show.
Yes, he's working at a comedy show, DJing it up.
Whoop,
So good for you, sir.
I mean,
Well,
Very nice.
yeah, someone's got to keep the crowd there when the comedians bomb.
I've seen his little streams. He had his little turntables and stuff. I could see his StreamYard right there in the thing. He wasn't taking no requests. I'm talking about I was offering up bangers. And then I was like, I did not say get your freak on, homie. I was like, all right, he'll play it. He'll play it in the next rotation.
He does not take requests.
45 minutes I waited for my shit, and I said, give me my free money back. And I walked out. I'll take this shit from him.
A vinyl record store just opened up like 2 blocks from my house. It was I thought it was a library at first, and then I look inside.
It is.
And it's just like
for vinyl records.
But it's like just rows and rows of vinyl records, and then they have like CDs and DVDs on the wall, and I'm like, DVDs are in the same store as vinyl records now?
This is weird.
You have no idea how much I wished I had saved my vinyl collection. And my son is starting to collect vinyls now, and I so wish I had all my old vinyls to give him.
Everyone takes requests from Edger. That's by demand.
I don't. Just because it's her. I won't. I refuse. So can you hand me that? I'm like, no.
Yeah, but that's
can't.
Jena's baby mama daddy. Baby parent. Other half.
My internet wifey baby mama daddy.
How many internet wifeys you trying to collect here, Jenna?
Baby
I don't know.
maker.
Is Kristen in the room? Kristen.
Not right now, for good reason. I want to monitor what gets filtered into.
I had a second date with Brenna.
I called Brenna Jenna today, and they would not let me forget about it. But I blame the both of you for having rhyming names like a couple of weirdos. You could have had different names, but you had to have names that rhymed. And that's not fair.
Because we were destined to be together and meet.
No, because you're inconsiderate. You're inconsiderate about how people have to try to keep them separated in their brains at 24/7.
Yeah,
Yeah,
names are all made up anyway. Just change it to something else.
Yeah.
Less rhymey.
I could so do that.
Like
Less
Jen B.
rhymey. Yeah.
Jen B and Brenna. I'm not going to mix those up. Or we can just call you Jena from now on.
Oh, God. It always got to be Kristen.
No. How do I turn off the?
It's too
gotta
late
cut the
now.
power. Cut the
Look
power.
Like and
Look how
subscribe.
I just cut. Look at. Oh, God damn. Look at that. She gave me a heart.
No, I ain't paying what's it called? The internet bill. So I won't be streaming nothing. And she's gonna be off the Wi-Fi.
That's fine. Brenna and I will do exactly what we did last week, and just FaceTime call her on Messenger, and just have our date that way until we steal her.
They went on a date and called my wife, and then when they couldn't get a hold of her, they called me to say, "Go get your wife." I was like,
That's how it works when you have
Out of
friends
convenience.
that aren't friends.
I had to
Be
go
like, hey,
up the
Mikey, what's
stairs.
up? Yeah, can you get your wifey on the phone?
I didn't want to go upstairs.
Your ass went upstairs. That was fun.
It's a double
That was
flight.
fun. Yeah.
Remember when texting was 10 cents per message back and
Oh,
forth
Jesus.
Yo,
each
that
way?
I got a lot of
started-
trouble.
LHR, like you had to abbreviate everything to get as many words as possible.
Is that
It was-
why we got acronyms?
Yeah.
Is that
It
why
was
we
like
got
Twitter,
that
where you
shit
had
now?
150
Yeah.
characters was 10 cents.
But
That's why we got
maximum was
LOL and all that shit. That's where it came from.
It's literally from texting.
Literally from
We
texting.
had
That's
LOL
funny.
long before that.
Oh, yeah. Kelly was
Yeah,
scratching it into stones on
That-
the wall.
back in the days when we were all talking on Usenet, we were saying LOL. So
That's not even a real thing.
it doesn't seem like it today, but yeah, it was a real thing back in.
Usenet was like
1993.
before email, before web pages.
Yeah, I do remember
CompuServe.
Yeah,
What the heck?
you go,
is that?
Phil. Yay to the old guys.
I do remember CompuServe.
Yeah, I had
Number
dinner with the guy
745.
with a psychology professor, an ex-psychology professor from Harvard, one night. he came and did a lecture at a local college, and my friend was the person who booked the lectures, and she had to pick him up at the airport and take him out to dinner, and she asked me if I wanted to go with. And it was Timothy Leary, if you know who he is. So I got to have dinner with him, and he told me if I wanted to be in the next wave of human consciousness, I had to get on the internet. So within 6 months, I was on the internet.
Dang. You know
And
you're
then,
old.
and now a 9-year-old on TikTok making $5 million a year is
Why?
the one profiting off of it.
Why?
Yeah, and here we thought it was going to be the next wave in human consciousness, and it ended up being the next wave in human stupidity. So
I'm just
Yeah,
glad
after us millennials, we ain't, there is no hope.
I'm just hoping that pets can't figure out how to start getting TikTok accounts, because once like Grumpy Cat gets their own shit, we're done for. Because then it's gonna be Lassie.
They got way too much free time.
Yeah, they don't even work.
yeah, right.
They can literally do like 24-hour streams. Can you do that? No.
You have no idea how many hours I've argued with my dog to try to get him to go down to the junkyard and get a job.
He won't do it. He won't do it.
Too lazy.
Goddamn.
It's funny.
Mikey, we've all shared what we're contributing and doing for the community for the new year. What say you, sir? Before we wrap it up.
I'm supposed to do something this year?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't
You
have
to. You're getting kicked out of
You
the
don't
club.
have to.
I haven't been doing anything for years. I don't.
Your free ride is over.
Aw,
Do Juneteenth again. We gotta do
I'll do that.
There you go. That counts. We can't.
June.
can't knock that
Look out for June.
Yeah. So Gen B, get on that, will you? So I can just stamp my name on the end and just kind of press play, and then I'm.
Oh, it's always gonna be on your channel, bro.
Before we wrap up, can I do a shameless plug?
Yeah.
Only if it's shameless.
January 4th, I'm having my 1-year anniversary, Meet the ACA, on the
Oh, yeah.
Atheist community of Discord. And I invited
I like
everybody
those.
who's ever been on the show. So we're expecting to have 20 to 30 guests for the one show. So it'll
That's
be a
freaking
lot of fun,
awesome,
I
and
hope.
I can't freaking make it because it's a freaking central time. Why does West Coast people always miss out on shit?
That's gonna be
Yeah.
chaotic.
You know what else you miss out on? Snow. Keep.
Yeah.
No one wants to hear anything about you and your California problems right now.
Yeah, and frostbite. You need to get some of that.
Yeah.
What? Why? Why do you live there then?
17 degrees, Jenna.
I think
Why is that?
as-
Why is that fashionable?
as tribute to all of the rest of the country, you Californians need to get in caravans, go across the country in the winter, go to the cold places. I want you to clean off somebody's car. One time a year, you have to go do community service and go clean a car off.
Look, I don't care about doxing myself because everybody knows where I live. I don't fucking care. But oh shit, you can't see it.
We can't see
Just
that
tell
shit.
us. You don't have to. Maybe if they
It's
don't know.
51 degrees.
We can't fucking read anyway. Just say the numbers.
50. 50.
It's so nice in California. They have to set shit on fire because they're bored.
That's why she got all them candles with
true.
them soft ass pillows.
Mhm.
I'm here.
The
and it
temperature
smells
got below
good.
40 one time. They set the whole forest on fire to warm it back up.
I know, Shane. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. It's either Central Time or East Coast.
Every atheist lives in Texas. That's why.
Yeah, it seems like, right?
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times just being on nonprofits. Oh, you're from Texas? So how's Texas? I'm not fucking in Texas.
Just be like, yeah, I reckon it's doing good, and just do your best text. They don't know. You can say anything. They don't know. Put on your best. Like, oh, this is a southeastern Texas accent. They don't know.
Oh,
What do they know?
Yeah, just make it up.
Yeah, I'm making it up. real
From the
quick.
far west side of Texas.
Mikey, pin it. Stupid. Mikey, put a pin in your calendar for January 13th. Part 3 of hip hop. Put a pin on it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know,
Appreciate
damn
it.
pins. The fuck?
Will you just remember
Put it in
to
my
be
calendar?
available?
In your Palm Pilot.
Be
Oh. You want me to use my cell phone and use the calendar function? Okay. Put a pin. What am I, a seamstress? I don't have pins.
put a
You
pin
can check
in your
your
phone.
Rolodex while you're at it.
I have a big calendar on my desk.
Just remember to be available, okay? That goes for Oz. That goes for Cynthia,
What day
Bar,
is that?
Blatheus.
Wednesday.
What do you think? What day it's at? What the fuck? Thursday, sir.
You sure? Because the
Yes.
13th is a Wednesday. I'm just saying.
God fucking damn it!
I'm
Is
just
it really?
yeah. Thanks for yelling at me.
You're welcome. No, it's not. I'm looking at it. It's a Thursday.
It's definitely a Thursday.
I'm looking right. No, I'm just kidding.
God damn it. God damn it.
He was looking at the wrong year.
Yeah, he was.
Perhaps.
God damn it. Okay. We're gonna end this shit. Thank you, Kelly, for being here. Thank you, Mikey.
Thanks for
being
having
here.
me. It's always a
Of
pleasure
course.
a pleasure and an honor to be here.
Thank you.
I'm just here for the PayPal codes you guys promised.
Justin?
Yeah, I wouldn't come if you guys didn't pay me as much as
Justin
you do.
Justin makes all the money. So
Hey.
I'll give you some Streamlabs themes or something for some premium overlays.
you just send me a check that says Justin Coin.
shit.
Get worth something someday. As soon as you buy more of it.
If everybody
believe.
bought them and used them as currency, then they'll be worth something.
Yeah,
10 years down the road,
it
you'll
behooves
make
you
$50.
to encourage this behavior.
Goddamn. Thank you, chat, for being as lively as you are and being with us. We'll see you all next week with mythical atheist witch doctor from Yolanda. Yolanda. Sorry. What's her name? Yolanda. Oh, I hope she's not watching this. Okay, we're gonna go.
What's her name? So I can send her the link.
I
Hold on, I got it with the timestamp now. So what is it? Who is it?
Well, we're just gonna. Whew.
That's it. Wave goodbye. Wave goodbye.